It's Wednesday, April 8th. My name is Scott, and this is Relevantly Speaking. Hi everyone, welcome to the show. The IAB just released its 2008 Internet Advertising Report. It was compiled by PricewaterhouseCoopers, and it found that Internet advertising revenues in the U.S. totaled $23.4 billion last year. That's a 10.6% increase over 2007. The report found that 57% of total revenue came from performance-based pricing. Now, this graph illustrates an interesting trend in pricing models. While CPM slightly edged out performance-based pricing in 2004, you can see over the last 2 years that's flip-flopped and has widened considerably in that gap. Now, obviously that's good news for our industry, and it further backs up our assumptions that advertisers only want to pay for results. Now, speaking of marketers, James Conner recently popped on our radar here at the show. James is the founder of the James Group, a brand strategy and advertising agency in New York City. Now, the piece that makes this story interesting is that James is getting ready to give all that up. I learned that James is a Buddhist, and in the near future he'll be giving up all of his worldly possessions, including his job, money, and his home, and he'll be heading to Arizona for a 3-year retreat to do his Buddhist stuff. In preparation, he wrote a book called The Perfection of Marketing that includes the knowledge he gained in more than 13 years as a marketer. Take a look.
Now, since 1923, there have been 12 recessions in the United States. So they happen an average of every 7 years. And the average recession is going to last 11 months, which, while being painful, is not a whole lot of time in the marketing world. But what this means over the course of a 40-year business career is you're probably likely to face a recession at least 5 or 6 times. So 5 or 6 times in your professional career, you're going to face this question. Should we cut our advertising budgets during a recession? Should we maintain our advertising budget during the recession? Should we grow it? What should we do? So 5 or 6 times in your career, you're going to need to know the answer to this question. There has been over a half a dozen major research studies over hundreds of companies across these various recessions that have happened in United States histories to ask this very question. And what they found, the overwhelming evidence, 80 years of evidence says the companies that maintain or increase their advertising budget increase market share 2.5 times their customers. Not just during the recession, but in the 3 years that follow. Which means that market share is dramatically won or lost, most pivotably, during a recession. That choice that that person makes. You can say it in another way. Those companies that decide to cut their advertising budgets during a recession have basically said, we're not going to grow for the next 5 years. And they're relinquishing the market to their competitors.
Makes a lot of sense, right? Well, over the next few weeks, we're going to be giving away James Conner's book. All you need to do to win is comment in the show notes over at blog.mediatrust.com. Over the next 3 weeks, I'll go in at random and pick 6 people that'll receive the book. Now, special thanks to James and his publicist, Damiano, for hooking us up with this very cool giveaway. Our highlight offer this week is number 2113. Stemulite is a natural fitness supplement endorsed by NFL players like Ellis Sims, Simeon Rice, and Cato June. Have you seen how big those guys are? Yeah. It's an AdValient exclusive with a $17 payout. It's converting at 4 to 7%. You can use email, banners, search, contextual placement, and co-reg. You can log into our platform today to get started. That's our show for this week. Before I go, I wanted to remind you that Media Trust is sponsoring a panel at AdTech San Francisco. It's called Performance Marketing, Getting the Most from Your Marketing Dollar in a Tough Economy. It's Wednesday, April 22nd from 1:30 to 2:30. I hope you'll stop by and say hello. I'm Scott Parent, and I hope to see you next week.